Hey, what is going on, everybody? I'm Luke. That's Caleb. This is the Take Two Podcast, your #1 podcast for all things in movies, TV, and everything else in fiction. This is our premiere episode, guys. All right, we're pumped. Okay, we're going to talk about some movies. Okay, we're going to talk about some shows. At some point, Caleb will probably have a super stupid opinion that makes me kick him in the stomach. So, Caleb, what do you have to say to the fans at home?
I don't know how long this podcast is going to run for. However, I will tell you that in every single episode, Luke will say some terrible, stupid opinion.
Caleb's on drugs. All right, the premiere episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
You got to start it off strong.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to know what we like. Okay, you got to know the movies we're into. So, for our premiere episode, we are going to be going over our top 10 movies, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I've got my list here. Caleb has his list. We haven't read each other's lists. I have a general idea of what Caleb likes, what Caleb thinks. He has a general idea of what I like, what I think. But we have not officially seen each other's lists. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing, is looking at each other's lists. So, Caleb.
Yes.
What is your 10th favorite movie?
My 10th favorite movie, some would be surprised by this, Dumb and Dumber. I find that is a hilarious movie. I love it. A lot of people say it's bad because it's like, or people say that it's not funny because it's the potty humor. To me, it's 6th grade level humor, and I think it's hilarious.
That's a solid movie. That's a solid pick. I'm not going to argue with you on that. That's solid. I thought about putting it in my top 10. It couldn't quite make it. Coming at number 10, I've got a comedy as well. We got Grown Ups. Coming at number 10.
Really?
Love Grown Ups.
Okay.
Adam Sandler is a comedic genius.
Not that good.
Okay.
It's not that good.
Grown Ups is phenomenal.
It's
Grown
a great
Ups
movie.
is probably one of the funniest movies ever created.
It's funny, but it's not that great.
Dumb and Dumber is funnier than Grown Ups.
Yes, it is.
The Waterboy is possibly funnier than Grown Ups.
Waterboy's
That's
hilarious.
probably it.
Waterboy is hilarious.
I think Waterboy is the funniest movie ever. Then it's Dumb and Dumber. Then it's Grown Ups.
Austin Powers is really funny.
Austin Powers is just dumb.
You've never seen it.
I've never watched it because the pieces of it that I have seen, it looks ridiculous.
The sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
That's
it's
not
hilarious.
Funny. Why is that funny?
That's so funny.
That's not funny.
It's hilarious.
Nothing about that is funny.
It's so funny.
No, that's just stupid. That's not funny.
Well, I'm gonna put. If you keep saying that, I'm gonna put you in a lake with sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
That doesn't exist.
Yes.
And sharks can't even survive in a lake, you big idiot.
Shut up.
Dang.
Nerd.
Caleb, what is the 9th best movie of all time?
Back to the Future.
Incorrect.
I think.
Incorrect. 9th?
Yes.
Back to the Future is 9th?
Back to the Future is
9th.
Look, this is a hard. This is a hard list.
9th.
Which I'm actually looking at this now.
Oh my
I feel like I want to put this at 7, but
no,
it's
you
fine.
can't move it.
I can't
now.
move it
We've
now.
already started recording.
It's fine.
You see that? You see that little icon on the computer there?
Yes.
That means it's recording. You can't stop.
Yeah, I
change
see
it now that it's recording.
I see it. It's fine. It's fine. But Back to the Future is
in
a
case
great
anyone's wondering, the Cars 2 cup.
Cars 2, best Cars movie.
You know what I got in it?
Chocolate milk, like a 6-year-old.
Chocolate milk like a 6-year-old. That's exactly right.
Sweet tea, bro.
No, in fact, the 9th best movie of all time is The Waterboy.
Really?
Comedies at back-to-back. Adam Sandler movies back-to-back. Because Adam Sandler is a comedic genius. He is
Mama said. I love Waterboy.
Hilarious.
Love Water. I want to put it in the top 10. It's in my top 15. I love Waterboy.
Absolutely, Waterboy coming in at number 9. Caleb, what is the 8th best movie of all time?
8 is Speed.
Incorrect.
I think Speed is is
Completely
so thrilling.
Incorrect.
It is
incorrect.
No, there are like
Speed.
There are
it's gotta
4.
be one of the most overrated movies.
No, there are like 8 to 9 scenes in that movie that just get your heart pounding.
No.
The scene when Jack goes under the bus. The scene at the end when they're about to the train is going. It's a thrilling movie and it is just amazing.
No.
And Keanu Reeves' best probably.
No, Keanu not even close to Keanu Reeves' best movie.
I would say it's Keanu's best. What do you?
Well, it might be. Speed could be Keanu Reeves' best movie. I'm not the biggest John Wick fan, but I would probably go to say that John Wick is probably his
John
best.
Wick is great. I like John Wick.
Don't love John Wick like the movies themselves, but the character is cool.
So it's like Neo and
Yeah, I don't
The
think.
Matrix.
I think that's a dumb movie too, but whatever. We'll get into that later. We'll have a Matrix.
You suck.
We'll make an episode about that later. We'll talk about the Matrix.
We need like a whole sci-fi episode.
Why Luke has never seen the Matrix because he has no interest to. No, in fact, the 8th best movie of all time is Avengers Endgame. Okay. Avengers Endgame is a phenomenal end. Besides the deaths, phenomenal end to an over 10-year saga that we all grew up with. We all loved. Okay, Avengers Endgame is phenomenal.
Well, so that's my
Iron Man says the iconic line. He says, "I am Iron Man." He snaps his fingers, and everything goes back to normal. And Thanos.
So that's my thing. Like you said, I grew up with the MCU. I remember when Avengers: Age of Ultron came out. I was 3, and I was so excited. We went to the theater to see it. What?
You weren't 3 when Avengers
It came out in 2014.
That you were 4, you big knucklehead.
No, I turned. Wait, no,
it
came out in 2015.
Say, I don't think it came out in 2014.
You're right. I was very young.
So you were like 4 or 5
I was very young,
at least.
and that was the first movie that I've ever been like super excited about. And I mean, I loved it. Like
absolutely,
coming out.
absolutely.
And so,
in-game phenomenal.
In-game best movie theater experience ever.
Oh, best movie.
Actually, funny story about that.
We saw it.
We saw it a day before.
We saw it a day early. They were having the theater near where we lived was having like an early release thing. It came out on a Friday, and on Thursday night they had like an early release thing, and our parents surprised us with tickets.
It was very funny because there was 3 like really nerdy teenage girls sitting in front of us, and I mean,
well, they weren't even nerdy. They just liked Thor's muscles. Like they're not even. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, it's Thor and Captain America.
I don't know, they were freaking out. Like, they were, like, in every scene, like, ever, they were just freaking out.
It was mostly just a bunch of nerdy guys. It was phenomenal. That was gotta be my favorite movie experience.
That was a night to remember.
We're gonna do a podcast episode about sometime about our worst movie theater experience.
I think we both have the same worst.
We definitely agree. Spider-Man No Way Home.
It'll shock you, but
you'll
movie
understand.
theater...
The movie's phenomenal. We'll talk about that a little later, okay, how good of the movie that is. But... we'll tell the story. The movie theater experience was horrible. It was just terrible. But yes, the 8th best movie of all time is, in fact, not Speed. It is Avengers Endgame. Caleb, coming at number 7. What is it?
Avengers Endgame. Same movie.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's so crisp on the microphone.
You made me spill tea.
I got it.
Clean up, crew. Clean up on aisle 7. Clean up on aisle 7. We got our cleanup crew coming in. Lydia coming in. Thank you, Lydia, for the save. Caleb's such an idiot.
Sorry.
No, in fact, Avengers Endgame is not as good as Star Wars: A New Hope.
Really?
Star Wars: A New Hope coming in at number 7. Thank you, Lydia.
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Star Wars: A New Hope. It is the... Okay. Star Wars: A New Hope. Not the best Star Wars movie. We'll talk about it. I keep looking at the computer.
So wait, does that mean that there's another Star Wars movie on
There's
your
another
list?
Star Wars movie in the
Really? I know what movie it is!
Star Wars movie
I know
in the
what
top
movie
10
it is!
list.
I know what it is!
Star Wars is the greatest movie franchise of all time, and you can't deny it. I love Star Wars so much.
Okay.
You can't. Star Wars is just phenomenal. George Lucas... I'm just gonna go... I'm gonna... This is a hot take. I'm gonna go out and say it. Caleb knows what I'm about to say. He knows, because we've had this conversation before. George Lucas is an overrated director, in my opinion.
Idiot!
I don't think that George Lucas is as good, because I love Star Wars. Star Wars is... I love it. I love it so much.
Possibly
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But that is the only thing that I think George Lucas ever does right. Because I'm not an Indiana Jones fan at all. I think Indiana Jones is very, very...
Say some of that crap at Comic-Con, bro. You're gonna get assassinated.
Very overrated. I think it's really stupid.
Oh
Harrison Ford much better in Star Wars than in Indiana Jones. But Star Wars: A New Hope.
You idiot!
Star Wars and we're not having this conversation. Han Solo is a 10 times better character.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Really, they're the same character, to be honest, when you think about it.
Yeah, one has a blaster, one has a whip. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But Star Wars: A New Hope, great movie. Love it. Oh my gosh, that camera is shaking like crazy. Lydia, stop walking around, bro. She's shaking the camera. Anyway, Star Wars: A New Hope coming at number 7. It is the definitive CGI movie ever.
That's my thing.
It created CGI. It's the greatest CGI of all time.
It didn't create CGI.
It pretty much created CGI.
My thing about New Hope...
I know it didn't create it, but it was pretty much.
My thing about New Hope is it's a very fun movie, and it's a very important movie. But at the same time, as I rewatch it, some of the dialogue can be
Some of the dialogue, I would agree with that.
Especially some of the stuff that comes from Luke.
I would agree that, especially in the beginning of the movie, some of the dialogue that you see from Luke Skywalker can be a little...
unrealistic.
Especially between, like, him and Obi-Wan, it can be kind of strange.
Strange, yeah. And I also think...
I definitely agree with that. But you have to look
at it, I also think it takes a while for the movie to actually get going.
Agree with that, too.
But, I mean, other than that, that movie is a very classic, simple, and fun movie. I do like.
I agree. It's very simple. It's very
Me personally,
classic.
I just call it Star Wars. I don't call it...
Yeah, Star Wars, New Hope, whatever you want to call it. It's the same movie. They renamed it A New Hope. Later on, after the prequels and everything came out, they renamed it.
It's number 6.
What's coming at number 6, Caleb? Let's hear it.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. I respect it. I don't like Jurassic Park all that much. It's cool. It's a cool movie. Like, I like all the action. I'm gonna say it. I know you're gonna get...
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Me, but I'm gonna say it. If I see a hand touch the butt of a dinosaur...
Shut up, you stupid idiot!
In a kitchen, I don't like that. You see the hand come clean up. Clean. Matter of fact, roll the clip. Roll the clip in editing. Don't like that. I think that is ridiculously... Like, how... I don't understand how an entire editing team watches this entire movie. They are watching it with laser focus to find things like that, right? They have... It's not just one person. It's an entire team of people sitting down and watching this. How do you miss a hand coming clean into frame? I don't understand it. I don't know how you missed that.
In the words of a very wise woman, let it go, Elsa. You like it's
That's
one.
In this list
it's
too.
one thing. It's one thing. It's one problem. Other than that, the characters. First of all, I challenge you to find a movie that with better characters. I mean, there are, but like the Jurassic Park characters.
You don't want to go down that road with me, brother.
Alan Grant is one of my favorite characters in history.
Absolutely not.
I love
absolutely
Alan Grant.
insane statement. Oh, we got Braxton on the phone. He's calling.
Are you gonna answer that in the middle of the podcast?
Hey, what's up? I'm filming a podcast right now.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'll call you after we finish filming.
Please.
Okay, bye.
Did you seriously say answer a phone call?
Yeah, seriously, answer the phone call.
Whatever.
Clean
Okay.
up crew, what?
Sorry, Luke.
Oh yeah, she's gonna refill the sweet tea. Appreciate you, Lydia.
I appreciate it.
Our
We're out of
personal
sweet tea.
assistant. Oh, we're out of sweet tea.
I drank
Get-
it all.
rinse the cup out and get him some chocolate milk.
Thank you.
Just walk slowly. Oh, you see the camera shaking, guys? Oh my
That's because of
goodness.
our lovely
That's
sister.
because of our phenomenal setup that we've got. If y'all could see our setup, you can hear the sink. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but like through the microphone, because I've got the headphones in, I can hear the sink running in the background. That's hilarious.
Anyways,
Alright, well, no, in fact, the sixth best movie of all time is not Jurassic Park. But back to back, we got Star Wars. It is Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi! Better than Empire Strikes Back!
Don't care what
Best
anybody
Star Wars
says.
movie!
I don't care what anybody
Andor's
says.
the best planet!
It's-
I love Wicket, and I'm leaving right now! That's
Exactly.
how excited I am!
Our Star Wars handshake. Return of the Jedi is the best
kidding,
Star
I'm not
Wars
actually
movie,
leaving. I'm not
in
actually
my
leaving.
opinion. I know a lot of people have different people have different opinions. Some people say A New Hope is best. Some people say Revenge of the Sith is best. Some people say Empire Strikes Back.
I'm looking at you, Will. Empire Strikes is not the best.
Nobody says that Phantom Menace
you.
is best because that's a psychotic statement to say.
It's not
But
that bad. It's not that bad.
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Jar Jar's not that
I will
bad.
look dead at that camera right now and say that
It's
yes,
not that
I
bad.
understand Jar Jar is annoying. Yes, I understand that the Senate hearings
I
are
love Jar Jar.
boring as crap. But that movie, in and of itself, forget about the Senate hearings and forget about Jar Jar, not the worst movie in the world.
Qui-Gon Jinn is a great character.
Qui-Gon's awesome. Liam Neeson plays that character phenomenally.
Liam Neeson plays everyone.
That's a good trick.
He's a...
You know what a movie I didn't put on this list that probably could have,
What?
but
Did you write honorable mentions? I have a
no,
list of
we'll hit some honorable
mentions.
mentions and I'll mention it when I
Okay.
hit the honorable mentions. But that's a good movie. You'll see the movie I'm thinking of. It's a good movie. Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Yeah, best Star Wars movie in my opinion. Comes in at number 6. Caleb, what's the 5th best movie of all time?
Toy Story. Toy Story. Listen, let me explain myself.
I just can't.
For one,
I have no animated movies on this.
For one, added to the fact that I like live action movies a lot better than animated movies. However, Toy Story is a movie that, for one, I've grown up with. I love Toy Story. I loved it when I was younger.
Absolutely, I did too. I love Toy Story.
And there's so much. Toy Story is a movie, like, and specifically the whole franchise, but even this movie, where it's so much about like letting go and growing up, and it's sad. It's kind of like a
the
happy
original
sad.
Toy Story isn't like that. The series
No,
is
but
like that.
the first one is just a fun escape mission where Woody has to learn to accept that he's not the favorite toy anymore.
Absolutely.
Buzz is.
Absolutely.
And they obviously get this kid. I don't know why. I was a weird kid.
Caleb used to
I like
go
Scud.
on YouTube and watch the end scene where Skid is like
Skid? Scud? The
Yeah,
dog?
that's Skid.
Skid.
Skid. Whatever. It's not how long it's been since I've seen Toy Story.
Watch it. It's great. I watched it like the
Where-
other day.
Where Buzz and Woody are trying to get onto the back of the truck, and Scud is like, I'm talking running 60 miles an hour.
That's how unrealistic.
I've never thought about that.
That truck
is booking down the highway.
That dog
is
is like
right there with
on
it.
its tail,
That
dude.
dog is not giving up.
Insane.
But where the Scud is chasing him, Caleb used to watch that scene over and over. I'm talking.
That's like-
I bet Caleb has watched that scene 400 times. I mean, I'm talking over and over.
You know, just like in like the times that I can count, I've seen that movie 63 times.
And you've probably seen it more than
I
that.
guarantee I've seen
Especially
it
with
more
the
than that.
Scud scene, you've seen it much more than that.
Yeah, I've seen
Lydia,
it
can you
a lot of
please sit down?
times.
Y'all see the camera shaking up and down, up and down?
Baymax.
That's Lydia. Anyways, cleanup crew is shaking the camera. No, but in fact, the 5th best movie of all time. What are the top 5? I just realized that. Get a golf clap for the top 5. The 2nd best superhero movie ever created. The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Love The Dark Knight. Don't care what you say. Don't care what anybody else says. Christian Bale
Why do you look at me? I love The Dark Knight.
Yeah, but you always hate on Christian Bale, and it ticks me off.
I don't hate on Christian Bale. I don't.
Christian Bale, greatest Dark Batman.
No, I just think
nobody.
I just think he's not a great Bruce Wayne.
He's the play. He doesn't. Okay, I understand completely what you're saying. He does not capture the business side of Bruce Wayne whatsoever.
He falls asleep during meetings.
He takes.
He has the playboy side of Bruce Wayne.
He takes the playboy side. He goes more to the playboy side than the business side. But you look at it, right? He has Mr. Fox to do all that for him.
I see
Why would he do the business part
I see
when
that.
he has Mr. Fox to do it?
And I see that, but that's not Batman. Batman, Bruce Wayne specifically, is supposed to be a businessman. And by The Dark Knight Rises, he doesn't even want to continue the business. Like,
because he's focused on other things.
The
Dark Knight takes it, I feel like takes it, and puts Batman in real life.
No,
and that's why I like it. Because I like movies that are realistic, and they take Batman and put him in real life.
I watch a movie to escape. I don't want a realistic movie.
I like realistic movies a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and start writing my honorable mentions down. I have no honorable mentions written down.
No, I just.
What is the? I don't know.
I think Christian Bale's a great Batman.
Christian Bale's great. I just love the movie. Nobody could ever begin to play Joker as well as Heath Ledger.
No.
Heath Ledger plays him phenomenal. Jack Nicholson came close, but he failed. Heath Ledger's greatest. And the look of the Joker.
It's great.
His like purple gang style suit, it's beautiful. He takes down the entire mafia with no issue, just by himself. He doesn't have Harley. He doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have goons. He had a few goons in the beginning.
R.I.P.
He had a few goons in the beginning.
They shot
them all. Joker.
He's such a freaking savage. I love it.
Joker is so good in that movie. I just love it.
Love
Heath Ledger plays him phenomenal. Caleb, what is the fourth best movie of all time?
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yeah.
Very shocking.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective is absolutely never in a million years in the top 5 greatest movies.
Y'all don't see it because I've got a Creature from the Black Lagoon shirt on right now. My entire wardrobe, like I don't have not my entire, but pretty much my whole wardrobe.
He tries to look like Ace Ventura. Like y'all think I'm joking. He has it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. But go get it, Caleb. It's a violet button-down shirt with bananas on it. Ugly as sin. It is disgusting.
Where's Percy?
Our dog is stretching. So Caleb's getting the shirt.
I don't know where it is. It's not in my closet for some reason.
Y'all can't see him, but he's here.
Hershey, no.
Hi, dog.
That could be bad.
Hershey.
Oh.
Ooh, Hershey.
Guys, he's trying to take the mic out. Okay, we're good.
Hershey's trying to sabotage the podcast. Sorry. Anyways, Ace Ventura, great movie, love it, hilarious.
It's good. Not bad. I wouldn't.
Einhorn is
okay.
Look. I will give this though. Ace Ventura is a movie that could not be made today.
Yeah.
The twist at the end is both funny, but at the same time, it could not be made today.
Yeah, that was actually hilarious. I don't think we can say that on YouTube.
We can't say that.
I don't think we
really.
can say what happens on the internet, but anybody that's seen that movie knows what happens.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
And it's funny.
It's funny, but at the same time, it could not be made today.
Let's just say it was, to quote Sheldon, Louis/Louise. Very funny. Very, very, very funny.
Very funny.
But
anyways, Luke,
why do I only have one honorable mention? No.
What is the fourth best movie?
The fourth best movie of all time is, in fact, the greatest superhero movie of all time. You ready for it, Caleb?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Spider-Man: No Way Home. Baby.
Shut the freak up! That movie sucks! I'm kidding. It's great. But, like...
Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield in the same movie. All the villains from the movie. From all the movies. I'm talking Dr. Octopus, Electro, the other people. I'm talking... My brain is going numb. I can't remember. Did you just flick my
Yes,
head
I
off?
did. Look.
Greatest superhero movie of all time.
Hey, no,
easily.
As a Spider-Man fan, I like...
You're not a Spider-Man fan. I'm 10 times as much of a Spider-Man fan as you are. I love Spider-Man. Shut up. You think Captain America is better than Spider-Man?
As much as I am a Spider-Man fan, I do like... Because I am a Spider-Man fan, I enjoy the segments of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland
and I think
interacting and hanging out.
I think it's just so good because they all sit and they share their stories on how... They're all the same person,
yes,
but they've lived very different lives.
And I like it in that sense. However, I feel like there's a lot of, like, coincidence. Like, I feel like the plot is just one big coincidence. Okay, Ned, as an example. The scene where Toby and Andrew come in. Ned literally, like, he's opening the portal, trying to get to his Peter, and opens it up to get Toby and Andrew, and then just stops. Because it's easier for them to just stop right there. There's no reason on why he stops. He doesn't keep going to try to keep getting Tom.
Well, there is a reason.
No, there
is a reason. He's tried twice and isn't getting it, and this is starting to cause kind of issues here. I mean, like, the grandma is like losing her blame mind in the background.
That's actually funny.
Like, she's going, witches, and like throwing stuff. I mean, like, it's causing some problems. Witches. So, I mean, there is some reasons to.
Yeah, I get
there are reasons to do it.
I guess.
But, you know, it is what it is.
It
Caleb, what is the third best movie? This is the top three.
Top three.
We do golf clap for top five. What do we do for top three?
Golf clap?
No.
Regular clap?
What do you think we should do?
Giant clap? Scream?
No. I don't know.
Just scream really loud?
We could dab for top. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I'm not doing it out on the internet.
What do the top three. What's the third best movie of all time, Caleb?
You ready for this, Luke?
Probably not.
You're probably so happy. The movie with a big plot hole. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, baby!
Okay. Alright, so Caleb, you're shaking the whole camera. Alright, so I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've watched it once. So I watched it for the first time. Alright, so listen. So I watched this movie, right? And I watched it, and I'm like, okay, that was boring. Stupid and boring. Then I watched The Big Bang Theory, okay? We're big Big Bang Theory. Big fans of the big. We're big fans. We like The Big Bang Theory a lot. So we're watching this, right? And I'm watching the episode where Sheldon shows Amy Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time.
Season 7, episode 4?
I don't know. That scares me that you know that. But anyway.
I don't know if it's that. It's in season 7. I know that.
Anyway, shows them, and Amy says, yeah, it was a decent movie, besides the glaring plot hole. So watching this and already not liking the movie, and trying to prove to Caleb that's not a good movie, I'm like, what's she going to say? Indiana Jones has absolutely nothing to do with the outcome of the movie. If Indiana Jones doesn't exist, the Nazis find the medallion, find the Ark of the Covenant, open it, and all die. The only reason that the only thing that Indiana Jones does is delays the Nazis getting to the Ark. They still get to it. Either way, they still get to it. Indy has the medallion at one point, right? Okay, if he wouldn't have had the medallion, they would have had the medallion. They would have then found the Ark of the Covenant, opened it, and died. So Indy has absolutely the only thing Indy does is adds thrill to the movie.
You envious
if you
little
didn't
man.
have Indy, the outcome of the movie would still completely be the same.
Gosh.
Huge plot hole.
Okay.
And this right there is why I say George Lucas, the only thing he could do right was Star Wars.
Indiana Jones, though, is okay. Watch the beginning scene, running from the boulder. It's perfect.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's exactly what I just said. He adds thrill to the movie. That's the only thing he does.
I guess, yeah.
He doesn't actually have any need to be there.
Technically, yes, you're right.
But no, the third best movie of all time is in fact not The Raiders of the Lost Ark. Matter of fact, that might be one of the bottom 3 movies of all time. It's The Fast and the Furious. Alright. Listen to me. First of all, the original is the best. I don't care what anybody says. Fast 5 is not... Caleb, get off of my notebook.
I don't like you.
Fast 5 is absolutely never could even begin to be as good as the first one.
I agree with that.
The third best movie of all time is The Fast and the Furious. You cannot tell me that Vin Diesel and Paul Walker are not one of the best movie screen duos, the best on-screen duos that you've ever seen. Phenomenal duo. Just amazing. I understand that in the first one, it's like they're rocky. Their relationship is rocky. I'm gonna punch you in the nose. Their relationship is rocky because he's like actually technically an undercover cop.
Yeah.
But the thrill in that movie is just phenomenal. Street racing is so cool. I know it's very illegal. Listen,
say that on the internet, please. No. I think I got him. I got him.
No, I really shouldn't say that on the internet, but never do it. Very dangerous.
Awesome,
do not street race. Very illegal. Very dangerous.
Remember, kids.
But
street racing is awesome.
Watching it on TV is super cool. Watching it on TV is very cool.
It has a sense of thrill. Yeah.
It's thrill, and like the whole thing with the truck robberies, I just love it. It's awesome, phenomenal movie. Love it. Very well made. Vin Diesel and Paul Walker are just amazing together. I think this is great. Caleb, what is the second best movie of all time?
I think this is the only movie you'll agree on. Jaws.
I agree. It was very difficult for me not to put Jaws in my top 10. I could not do it because there are just a lot of movies I like better.
Jaws, I feel like shark movies are obviously a subgenre in horror, and most of them are dumb. They're just dumb, fun movies about sharks just mowing down people. Jaws is not that. Jaws is a perfect, well-crafted movie. It saved Steven Spielberg's career.
Absolutely. I cannot argue with you on Jaws at all.
And Brody is an amazing character.
Absolutely. Like, it really hurt me to not put Jaws in the top 10. Matter of fact, I love Jaws. I'm not going to argue with that on you.
And especially about all the behind-the-scenes stuff on how, like, the boats kept singing, the animatronic sharks sang.
I hate to break this news to y'all. I don't think y'all are going to see another argument because he's going to not hate my number 2, and we have the same number 1. So, the second best movie of all time is Back to the Future. I absolutely love Back to the Future. My number 1 and number 2 was very difficult because I could not decide what to put at 1 and what to put at 2 because I love both the movies very much. Back to the Future is just a great movie. It's just phenomenal. Steven Spielberg did a phenomenal job with that.
Steven Spielberg didn't direct it.
But he was a part of it.
He produced it. Robert Zemeckis.
I hate it every time he says that. I'm like, Steven Spielberg did a great job. And Caleb goes, he didn't direct it.
Well, because you're not
I'm aware that he didn't direct it. I know he didn't direct it, but he was a part of it.
Zemeckis, you deserve better. You deserve better than this.
Fine. I'm sorry, Zemeckis. Whatever.
Zemeckis?
That's what you just said!
Robert Zemeckis.
Whatever! Just, it's a great movie. I love it. I love Michael J. Fox. He's so good. Obviously, Christopher Lloyd is so funny.
I love Christopher Lloyd. I'll do that. Doc is one of my favorite movie characters.
Christopher Lloyd's cameo in The Big Bang Theory is funny.
It's hilarious.
Because, like, okay, you watch The Big Bang Theory. We're getting a little off topic. But you watch The Big Bang Theory, and they're huge nerds. They talk about Back to the Future countlessly. So you would think if Christopher Lloyd makes a cameo in The Big Bang Theory, he'd be making a cameo as himself. No, he is some homeless guy that's renting a room from Sheldon.
Is his name like Ricky or something like that?
Yeah, it's like Ricky or something.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
Because, I mean, seriously, you watch that show and you say, oh, Christopher Lloyd makes a cameo on that show, he's probably making a cameo as himself. No.
Nope.
He makes a cameo as some homeless guy.
Anyways.
Hilarious.
Before we reveal our top 1, you want to do honorable mentions?
Yeah, we're going to do honorable mentions first. I have 4 honorable mentions on here. I don't know how many you have.
I have 5.
So, yeah, you can say 5. I'm just saying 4.
Alright.
My number 1 honorable mention is Ted. Ted's so funny.
Ted's great.
I know that's an inappropriate movie and I shouldn't like it, but it's so funny. It's a dude and his teddy bear getting stoned all the time, and it's just funny. Like,
remember, kids. Drugs are cool.
Yeah, no. Don't do drugs, kids. No, it's just
cool.
I'm sorry. It's just funny. I think it's just a dumb funny.
It is.
I just think it's funny.
And that dumb funny leads me to mine.
Like the line. We'll talk about it in a second. I haven't finished.
Sorry,
like the line where like Ted's going to get a job, and he's like, okay,
sorry.
They're like, if you get the job, we're gonna go to the park and we're gonna smoke this weed. He's like, and what are we gonna do? He's like, what are we gonna do if I don't get the job? Probably still smoke the weed. That's just funny. It's just, I like
it's a bad, funny, inappropriate, but funny movie.
But it's a funny movie. Austin Powers, absolutely not. Stupid movie.
Again,
not watching.
Sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
When I'm wearing headphones and he does that, that really hurts. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is like terrible in my ears.
No, I love that line.
No, my number 2 honorable mention is Jaws. Really hurt me not to put it in the top 10. I really wanted to. There's just too many movies I like better. I just couldn't put it.
You're gonna need a bigger list.
But that's funny. But I love that movie. Jaws is good. Caleb, what's your 3rd honorable mention?
Men in Black.
Men in Black. That's fair. Men in Black. I like
J and K. J and K are the best duo. They're the best duos ever.
Not the best duo of all time.
Not the best, but one of them.
They're up there. I do like that movie a lot. It's good. But my 3rd honorable mention is The Meg.
Really?
I know you've never watched The Meg.
I've not seen The Meg.
I like The Meg a lot. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I have the second
because they go out into this like, it's this like basically laboratory in the middle of the ocean, and like this giant shark is just like attacking them. It's just cool. I just like it. It's got that one guy's name in it. I can never remember his name, but the guy that plays, I never can remember that guy's name. But the guy that plays the mechanic and the guy that plays Shaw in Fast and Furious.
I never
remember his name, but he's a phenomenal actor. I love him. He's really funny, really cool. But yeah, that's my 3rd honorable mention to make.
I have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I wanted to put it on
such an overrated movie. Like it's really not an overrated movie because it doesn't.
Nerd.
I'm gonna beat you.
Nerd.
It doesn't get like a ton of like I guess, credit, really. So I can't really say it's an overrated movie, but I just don't love it. Like, it's okay. And I mean, like, that's how you get Falcon, and I love Falcon. So,
yeah.
Like, the movie's funny, and of course it has the iconic line, on your left.
On your left.
It's a great line. But the movie is just, it's a mediocre movie. I'm very proud of Caleb for not putting that movie in his top 10. Caleb used to say that it was the best superhero movie of all time, which is an insane comment to make.
It's really good. It's really good.
It's a really very mediocre movie. For that, let me say it this way. For that time period of Marvel, it's a very mediocre movie.
Yes.
If you made that movie now, it would probably be much better.
Sucks
but
now.
at that time period of Marvel, very mediocre movie.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from. What's yours? Or no, are yours?
Number 4. My last one is The Karate Kid.
I've not seen it.
Originally, I don't know how
I've never seen it, but I just
never watched The Karate Kid. He's never watched The Karate Kid or Cobra Kai. I don't know what he's on, but he's on something. But I actually, originally, when I was making this list, I actually had The Karate Kid at number 10,
really?
But then I remembered Grown Ups, and so it had to be taken out of there. But
that good.
Karate Kid is a good movie. It's a very good movie. I really enjoy it. I don't know. I just think it's cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just think it's a cool movie. Especially considering, so I used to take martial arts. I took martial arts for almost 10 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, like, I was actually not far from being a black belt, but as, like, the time it takes, it was going to be a while before I was a black belt, but I wasn't far from being a black belt. But, so, I mean, being a kid that took martial arts and watching The Karate Kid, in a way you can kind of relate to it, because it's like, oh, I know how to do that. I can do that. And so it's kind of cool. I just like the movie a lot.
Wax on.
Yeah, wax on, wax off.
I know that.
Wax on, wax off. It's just cool. I even like the remake with Jackie Chan.
Really?
Yeah, I even like that
I've
movie.
seen that one.
I even like
I
that
don't know
one.
why I've seen that one.
I actually like that
I
one.
watched that one. I was going through this phase where I was like obsessed with Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
and
Jackie
so I
Chan.
watched.
One of the greatest actors of all time. Let's be clear.
Love Jackie Chan.
Definitely top 10 actor, probably top 5 actor of all time. Love Jackie Chan.
That could be an episode.
That's a good episode idea. Top 10 actors of all time. I don't know who my favorite actor is. I think I know, but I don't know. That would be a good list to make.
Okay.
But yeah, those are my top honorable mentions: Ted, Jaws, The Meg, and The Karate Kid.
Okay, so the extra one.
Caleb's got one more.
2 more.
You said you only had 5.
I do have 5.
Oh, you had none for you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You're right.
So number 4 is an older movie. It's an oldie, and it's one that is filled with wonder. King Kong.
No.
I feel like that movie,
like the original one, like the
yes,
black and white
1933.
one?
That movie is filled with so much wonder and imagination. Like it's a movie that when I watch it, I feel young. Like I just feel like a young person because to this day I get excited when I like see him fighting dinosaurs. Like I just get so excited.
I like
the reboot sucks. There's no dinosaurs in the reboot.
There
bro.
are dinosaurs. In
no,
the
the '70s reboot. There's no dinosaurs.
Oh no,
I hate it.
I haven't watched that one.
I sound like a child. See, I sound like a child when I
I've
talk
seen
about
the
King Kong.
reboot from whatever it was, whatever.
2005.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Jack
The 3 hour. Yeah, I like that one too.
That one's. It's not bad. I like Skull Island.
Skull Island's cool.
Skull Island is.
The MonsterVerse is pretty good.
I like Skull Island a lot. It's got Tom Hiddleston in it, and I love Tom Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
It's Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
It's not. It's Hiddleston.
Is it? No way.
It's Hiddleston.
Anyways,
we can fact check me on that in editing, but I'm almost positive it's Hiddleston.
My last honorable mention
like
is I feel like probably the most perfect movie I've ever seen, just not in my opinion the best. Die Hard. Die Hard is a movie.
That is a movie
that is not in my top 10, but at the same time, if I actually analyze it,
dead. You stop talking for a second. I'm gonna look dead in that camera. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
It
not.
takes place at Christmas. That does not make it a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas. The only reason the terrorists are even able to get into the building is because
It takes place at Christmas time.
Exactly. There's low security.
That doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
There's low security.
That doesn't make it a Christmas movie. Just because it takes place at Christmas time doesn't make it a Christmas movie. It doesn't. There's no Christmas miracle. There's no...
He survives!
Because he's a highly trained NYPD officer. It's not because it's not a Christmas miracle. It's just you're stepping on my toe.
I'm so sorry.
You stepped on my toe.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was funny.
You're right.
Anyways, no! Not a Christmas movie. But it is a good movie. I do like Die Hard. It's not a Christmas movie, but it's good.
Okay. Anyways, my number one movie.
The greatest movie of all time. Me and Kel both agree. We'll say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Scream! Alright, listen to me. I know what y'all are thinking. These kids are insane.
Yes.
We're not, in fact, insane. We're neither crackpots nor wannabes. In fact, we are top of our fields.
Dr. Sheldon Cooper.
Dr. Sheldon Cooper, 2000, whatever year he said it.
That is, we've mentioned the Big Bang Theory.
We gotta stop mentioning the Big Bang Theory.
So many
This
times.
is a movie. This is a movie episode, not a show episode.
We can make a top 5 like show list.
We'll make a top 10 show list.
I don't watch 10 shows. I don't watch.
Caleb doesn't watch TV shows. I watch TV shows much more than I watch movies, but Caleb watches
I watch way more.
10 times as many.
Yeah.
What are you
Anyways,
talking about?
yeah,
Netflix
Scream is a movie that I feel like it's the only movie.
I have one more honorable mention. Red Notice. Red Notice. That just popped in my brain. I know I'm a psycho. Has anybody watched Red Notice? If you've not watched Red Notice, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's got The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot in it. Hilarious action comedy. Phenomenal movie. Watch that.
No.
That's a great movie. We got Lydia in the back trying to talk. You know, our janitor back there. Cleanup crew.
Scream. Dewey is the best character.
Scream. Dewey is not the best character. Dewey is the funniest character, but the best character is
Randy's the funniest character.
Randy is hilarious. Randy is exactly like you. If anybody's watched Scream, and anybody that knows Caleb personally will say Caleb and Randy are the same person. It's hilarious. It's actually kind of scary. They're the same person.
I'm not like if I was a fictional character, I would be a good mixture of Sheldon and
that
Randy.
is true. Anybody that knows Caleb personally also knows that he's just like Sheldon Cooper. Well, in ways. Let's be clear here. He's not like a complete crackpot. He's close, but he's not completely insane. Sheldon's just
I do
psycho.
have a spot.
Caleb has a spot. That's a story we'll tell at some point.
That-
We're gonna make a story time episode where we just tell stories of stupid stuff.
That's a story that y'all are going
Caleb's
to enjoy.
spot. That's a story y'all will enjoy. It's a funny story, kind of embarrassing story. Actually, there's actually several parts to that story, funny and embarrassing. But no, I think Sydney's the best character. Obviously, Ghostface is the best character, but I'm talking about like outside of Ghostface, like.
Ghostface isn't one character though. He's like
exactly. That's
like
what I'm saying.
11 different characters.
Ghostface is 11 different people. So
well, not in the first movie, but like
in all of them. Throughout the
spoilers, by the way.
No, Sydney's the best character, I think. But
I can see
Scream is the best. I like it a lot personally. I know a lot of people don't love it, but I like it because I think they purposely make it to where like it's a what's the word, like horror movie
comedy.
Not comedy, like
but it's like not a
cliche.
Cliche.
They purposely make it that way.
Exactly.
They make it.
It's
I mean,
like,
Randy talks about the rules of horror movies. They make it that way purposely, and I don't know. I like that, and I just think it's a good movie. I really like it.
Agree.
My favorite movie. Like I said, I struggled with that in Back to the Future. Very, very close to me, but yeah, they were right there. So that's the top 10 movies list for both of us. I can't throw my list away because I have another thing to say.
Oh.
Of course. We all enjoy movies. We all love movies. But the fact of it is, movies do not matter. Movies are not the most important thing in life.
Second, though.
But I don't know about the second. I know I'm on a movie podcast, but I like sports better than movies. Everybody that knows me will know that.
What are we talking about?
I like sports better than movies. No, we're talking about the most important thing in life, and that is Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
We're going with our verse of the day. So, we're moving to more serious now. At the end of every episode, we're going to be doing a verse of the day. Our verse of the day today is 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. You ask God for forgiveness, he'll forgive you. Because he's a righteous and merciful God who loves us, and he will forgive you of all your sins. All you have to do is ask. So, that's it for the first episode.
I feel like it turned out very well.
Turned out very well. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like. Please drop a comment. Tell us what we should do next. We'll see you guys in the next one. This is the Take Two podcast. See ya.
Wow!